Hello everyone. Welcome to day 17 of 365 Days Live with New. My name is New Bang and I'm a human design coach and mentor as well as a general life coach. So welcome. If this is your first time catching me live, let me know in the comments. If this is the first time catching a replay, let me know in the comments. I love meeting new people and my potential future community and audience. So welcome. I was feeling a lot of it cold inside, and so I wanted to come out here onto the patio and be in some sun. So I am here and just soaking in the sun. It is a beautiful Friday here, and I hope I don't drop my phone because I am on the edge. And yeah, today is Friday, so I started this thing last Friday, the Go Me Club. So it's a celebration day, and it is a time for us to really sit down and look at the things that we want to celebrate ourselves for, and be in gratitude for, and learn to be your own cheerleader, that person that you that support you unconditionally, right? Like when we become that for ourselves, you're just gonna be so unstoppable and amazing, because then you're not relying on anybody to do that, to say that, to support you, and yeah, so I just think it's so beautiful to cultivate that habit of celebrating yourself. And for those who believe in God or the universe, or whatever you believe in, like, that is also a different aspect, right? We know that God loves us unconditionally no matter what we do, and God supports us, and you can put in whatever you believe in, right? If it's not God, then it's the universe, it's spirit, it's source, whatever. I'm just going to use God just because I don't want to say God, universe, spirit, nature, mother nature. But yeah, I'm not talking about like relying just on that, right? Because we have that aspect as well of the higher power of God loving us and celebrating us and supporting us. But then we also need our own support. We also need our own love and acceptance and celebration as well. So that is why I love having this tradition, ritual that I do with my siblings, as well as I'm starting it here with you. So that is the background. That is the reason. And so I wanted to, this week actually, I started putting down notes of every day or every other day. Whenever I remember, I started putting down reasons or different things that I could celebrate myself for. And this week was particularly hard for me. That I had like some emotional things going on in my relationship, and that kind of took me for a spin. And so I did some things that I was not proud of. I did not celebrate myself for. But one thing that I do celebrate myself for is coming back from that emotional roller coaster that I was in, celebrating that piece, right? Because we can't beat ourselves up for something that we did, because that's not going to help us moving forward. So I just want to celebrate that I was able to find myself again in a place where I'm going to not allow that to impede and prevent me from becoming a better version of myself. So that includes forgiving myself for how I acted and what I said and what I didn't say, and loving myself and having grace and compassion for myself for the things that I wasn't proud of that I did and said. And so I'm taking personal responsibility for my part in that. So I'm proud of myself and celebrating myself for that. I also want to celebrate myself for asking my neighbor, my old neighbor, when we used to live with Robert's parents. We would house sit their place whenever they went on vacation. So this past weekend we went back and visited them, and I want to celebrate myself for asking my neighbor for some plants, because Robert and I, we love being in nature, and so just being able to have plants in the house would be so amazing, like live plants. And so I asked her, because she's so good at flowers and plants and keeping her plants alive. And I was just like, oh, like, hey, if you ever have plants that you want to give away, we would love some. And to my surprise, she's like, oh, I'll just make some for you. And I was like, really? She's so sweet. So I celebrate myself for asking for that, right? To some of you, that might sound very simple, but that was like, it was out of my comfort zone to ask for something that could be potentially rejected and said no to. So I celebrate myself for asking. Celebrate myself for, like, I'm on my phone, so I actually don't have the list, and I don't know if I can get out of Facebook and not have it. Well, I think I did it. Then I also want to celebrate going live on the other day to share my vulnerable story of how I decided not to take this a specific part-time job and really rely on faith and my intuition to continue to guide me through this year. So that sharing that story was very vulnerable, and I celebrate myself for doing that. And for cleaning, like I cleaned our apartment this week, did the shower liners, did the laundry, did what else did I? Yeah, so I did those things on my own. Like my fiance and I, we usually clean together on Mondays, but sometimes things happen and we don't get to everything. So I want to celebrate myself for making time to really make sure our living space is really good and an enjoyable place to be in. Celebrate myself for posting a full singing video, because usually when I sing, I usually just post like a little clip, but this time I was just feeling called, or just feeling good to share just the whole song, and the whole song, the ups and the downs. Like, I wasn't perfect, and it's okay, and I'm just gonna post what's not perfect. And so if you haven't checked that out, it's still on my page, so you can check out my singing video. I love singing, and I'm going to dedicate more time to it this year for sure. That's something that always brings me so much joy, so I'm gonna celebrate myself for doing something joyful. If you guys haven't noticed, I got new glasses, and I'm just like still getting used to them. But yeah, let me know what you think. I usually have colorful glasses, so it takes me a little while to get used to like these black ones now. But anyway, that's a side tap. Yeah, a big thing that I also am proud of myself for this week is planning for my business and coming to the realization that I actually don't want tangible results as of right now. Hello, if you're watching live, say hi in the comments. One thing that I was proud of is that I decided that for the time being, at least for, let's just say January, the rest of January, my goal in my business is to feel good being in my business, doing things for my business. Like, what I do and how I act and behave and take action from has to be from a place of enjoyment and pleasure. And I know to some people it may sound so like simple and silly, but I've done it the other way around, where I did my business according to results and with the results in mind of like, oh, this many clients, this many amount of dollars, and that never led to a place where I wanted to, which is to feel good, to enjoy my business, to love doing what I do. So I'm going to put that at the forefront of my business and claim it. So I'm claiming it here that my goal in my business is to feel good, to enjoy it. Like, yeah, so that is what I have. Another thing that I want to celebrate myself for, and just standing strong and standing true to that. And so those are some of the things that I can think of and that I kind of wrote down that I want to celebrate myself for this week. So let me know in the comments like what you are celebrating yourself for this week or even today. I would love to hear some of what that is like for you. And then one thing I want to share before I sign off for today is what I learned in my human design reading today. I did a reading today for one of my clients, and she's someone new that I've never met before. And so I was a little nervous, as you know, as normal. And when you're nervous, it's a good thing, because nervousness tells us that we care, right? If you don't care, you're not going to be nervous, right? So being a little nervous is good, because that just shows that you care. So I was a little nervous meeting her for the first time, and having some thoughts come into my mind of like, oh, what if she, what if I'm not good enough? What if like I don't give her what she needs? And all that stuff. But then I was proud that I was able to like go in there and do the reading for her, and I trust that she got out of the reading what she needed to and what she was meant to, and just really put that trust in God, the universe, and out of my hands, because I can't control what she gets out of it and what she doesn't, right? But what I did learn from that experience, and this is a beautiful thing about taking action, is we never know until we do something. We never know until we try it. We take that action, we try it out. And so I realized again today, I was reminded that I actually really love to work with people on a deeper level. And so this client of mine, she bought the bundle, the human design bundle, which is the intro reading and then a follow-up reading. And I love that for us. But just the idea of like her coming in for just one reading and then leaving after that, and for me to always have different people in my life, and I'm just doing reading after reading, and I don't really get to know these people on a deeper level, feels so unfulfilling to me. Like, it actually feels draining to me. And so I was reminded again today, the awareness that I got was like, hey, like, I actually want to work with people long term. I actually want to work with dedicated people who are intentional about learning and really embodying their human design. And no longer, I still value teaching people about human design and like not gatekeeping the information. But the thing is, I don't have to be the one to introduce them to human design. I can just be the person that they come to when they want to deepen their human design. When they want to be coached according to their design, right? Like I'm starting to figure out where I want to be in their journey. And then I was talking to my sister. Say hello in the comments if you are jumping on live. I keep saying if you are jumping on live, but I see you're on live, so that's why I said hi in the comments. That's why I'm inviting you to say hi in the comments. I'm gonna squat. Okay. But yeah. So yeah, I talked to my sister and I realized, hey, like, I actually don't have to feel like I need to do introductional readings for people if I'm ready to dive deeper in with people, if I'm ready. Because if I'm always speaking to people who are new to human design, that's who I will continue to attract, right? So I want to speak to people who are ready, who knows a little bit about their human design, and they're so curious, they're so excited to learn more, and they're so excited to go into the depths of it and learn how to decondition their centers, their gates, learn how to be in the highest expression of their energies. Like, that's what excites me, not like the very, very foundational stuff. And I don't have to be the one to do the foundational readings for them, and that's okay. So that is what I realized today from my reading, and I was like, oh my god, like, yeah, I don't have to feel bad about not doing foundational readings. And instead, what my wonderful idea that I've had, and I started it, but I never finished it, was doing foundational human design videos on YouTube, on my channel. So if you just want to learn foundationally, you can just check out my YouTube channel, and I'll have videos on like each design, each energy type, and like the centers, and the strategies and the authorities. Like, I can have the basic stuff on my YouTube channel, so that if you're coming into this new and you're not sure, you can go to my human design channel, YouTube channel, and watch how I teach it, watch how I share it. And if you resonate and you want to work with me on a deeper level, then you can book a call and we can start coaching together from there, right? And I was just like, oh, that just sounds so fun, and like my sacral is lit up, and I'm like, okay, like, I'm gonna do, that's what I want to do, that's what I want to do, you know. So next week, starting next week, I'm going to start filming some videos for my YouTube so that I can start switching over. So if I'm not gonna take down my my human design readings just yet, but I will soon. So if you're still like saying like, hey, like, I want to get an actual reading with her and have her explain it, still the human design offers is still valid. It's still currently live, but I'm going to take it down soon. So if you want to book one, book now, because I will be taking it down and like changing the prices and the offer that currently exists. And that's just how I do things. I'm a manifesting generator. I change, my energy changes quickly. I do things, I take action, and then I figure out like, hey, I don't like this, and then I change it. And that's just how I work best. So that is why this offer is only 2 weeks old, but yet I feel I'm going to be changing it pretty soon. So that is the awareness that I got, is like, oh, I gotta have more clarity now. Like, just that reading with my client today, and just the feedback I got from the universe, from God, telling me like, hey, like, realign back to your human design, back to your 2-4 profile. There's a reason why you don't feel good doing all these foundational readings for people that you don't know at all, because as a line 4 in human design, I'm not meant to be around a lot of people, a lot of strangers. I'm meant to create my small group of people and really just work with them on a deep level, and like where we are loyal to each other, and where we hang out together, and where we know each other on a deeper level. And that's what lights me up. That's what brings me energy. And so, yes, I don't know if you could tell, but I got really excited when I started talking about that. So that's how you know, it's in your body, your energy never lies. Energy is energy is energy. And that is what human design is all about. So that is what I wanted to share, my celebrations, as well as my awareness and more clarity around my business after I did my human design reading today. So I'm very grateful for having that reading today with my client, and she is amazing, and I hope that she got everything that she needed for the time being. And I told her to go integrate, to re-listen to the call, which I am currently uploading for her, and sit with that, and then once she's ready, we can book the next call to further deepen her knowledge and her embodiment of her design. So that is it for today's live. I'm going to be hopping on a call with some of my fellow coaches in a little bit, and so I hope you have a beautiful rest of your weekend, your Friday and your weekend. But I will be coming back here tomorrow to share whatever lights me up, whatever's happening. It's gonna be here. So yeah, I say so a lot. But it's okay. That's just who I am. And the more I speak, the more I share, the better I will get. And that's the beautiful thing, is like the more we do things, it's a muscle. It's a muscle. Speaking is a muscle. Listening to your body is a muscle. Listening to your sacral is a muscle. Speaking and your truth, your authenticity is a muscle. So I do want us all to start feeling comfortable with messing up, with not showing up perfectly. And I definitely am not. So here I am as a role model and sharing my example, sharing my experience, so that, you know, we all can accept and love ourselves for like where we are and who we are and how we do things. All right, I should keep going and going, but I'm not going to. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. All right.